summer. What a season.
No regrets. Swing it, baby, swing it.
It is dropping, the dive, and the catch is made.
Whatever happens, guys, again, it's going to be a great day. Very proud of you guys. Let's have some great fun today. Huh?
Welcome to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by T-Mobile. Whitestown, Indiana, brand new baseball field for a matchup of teams that haven't lost yet. Champions from the state of Missouri and the champs from the state of South Dakota. In their beautiful white uniforms with blue numbers. Let's take a look at some of the rules as it affects Little League. This is a double elimination format of 7 teams in the Midwest region. Ages allowed to play 10 to 12. All games are 6 innings. 2/3 of a conventional field size, 46 by 60, and minimum mandatory play for all that are listed in the game. In this field so far, everyone has played except Columbia, Missouri. Our 3 winners are Sioux Falls, Hastings, and Circle Pines, Minnesota. The 3 teams facing elimination are Pittsburgh, Kansas, Davenport, Iowa, and Fargo, North Dakota. Take a look at Missouri's starting lineup. A couple of home run hitters in there. The lefty, Kai Stubbs, has a couple this year. And all the way down at the bottom of the lineup, a home run for Carson Crockett in the 9th position. He is the shortstop. They're going to be facing Mad Dog today, Madison Munson. And the thing about Maddox Munson is that he throws in the low 70s, and his stuff, according to manager Mike Gorsett, is nasty. Big kid, 5'7" and 140. Threw a no-hitter in game 1 of the district on South Dakota's run through both district and then on the way through state, and now here in Whitestown, just north of Indianapolis. Yesterday, his teammate Gavin Weir was, well, in a word, perfect. Struck out 13 of 15 in a 5-inning game, did not allow a hit, did not allow a base runner. Good crowd for game 3 as we re-enter competition in the Midwest region. Pleasure to have you with us. My name is Jim Barber. Sit back and enjoy as Missouri starts it off with Jacob Teeple, the center fielder. Behind home plate is Greg Wright, Scott Strachey, the umpire at first, Prince Lowe second, Jamie Hinojosa at third. The volunteer umpire Kyle Watson is the alternate. Velocity expected to hit around 70 to 75 miles an hour. 3 pitches, 1 out. Almost reminiscent of what we saw in the beginning and the ending and the middle of the lefty Gavin Weir yesterday of South Dakota. Dick Caspol, the pitcher, batting in position 2. Biggest thing for Missouri is to try to get base runners on against South Dakota, which has been, in 5 1/3 innings so far, impossible. Nick's cousin, Hale Hedges, tight end for Alabama, won a couple of national championships. His philosophy is life throws you a curveball, hit it out of the park. Boy, wouldn't he like to do it here. 2 outs. So now the 17 batters that South Dakota has faced, 15 have gone by way of strikeouts. It's a phenomenal number. Here's Kai Stubbs. Big family, age 12, 6 brothers and sisters. Favorite website? Well, ESPN, of course. Age 12, nickname Stubby. So far, an extremely efficient inning for pitcher Maddox Munson. Just the first pitch out of the zone. Two balls and a strike. Another winners game later tonight, Nebraska and Minnesota in the same region. And whoever wins these games, drawing much closer to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, as 2 teams are accepted this year from both the Midwest region and Great Lakes due to international travel being halted at least for 1 year because of pandemic. 2-2 pitch. Guy Stubbs, a big fan of the Cardinals and Yadier Molina. They're playing the Royals today, trying to finish them off in a series. Missed outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. In a way, this is a victory for the hitter. Stretching any of the South Dakota pitchers in limited activity to a full count has been virtually impossible. And how about this? Ball 4. The very first base runner against South Dakota since Sioux Falls arrived here in Whitestown a few days ago. Now the right fielder, number 1, Will McGuffey. Will's parents, Sarah and Paul, are both attorneys. His claim to fame, besides enjoying sushi, is the fact that he makes dance videos. Down a couple of strikes here with 2 outs in the first. We've had one dramatic finish today that ended on the final play of the game. And we had another one that was shortened because of the 10-run rule. What might we have in order in game 3 of a quadruple header? Again, the 0-2. And as most really good pitchers do, wasting one on a 2-strike pitch. Missouri has only 1 player available off the bench. And therefore, if you look down to first base, they have a player serving as the first base coach. Typically, it's the man that made the last out of an inning, but that probably doesn't stretch back to a previous game. Slow roller to first, who's going to cover. What a great flip, and out. Nice play by Gavin Weir to the pitcher. Maddox Munson covering.
Touchdown for South Dakota's Maddox Munson, 19-19.
Yes, sir. Hey, a base runner. Sioux Falls starting lineup for manager Mike Gorsett. Difficult to get out yesterday. Beitler 2 for 4, Kaysen Mediger 2 for 4, then Gavin Weir, Boston Bryant, and Noah Kenzie all reached. Gunnar Alfson 0 for 1, so was Maddox Munson and Easton Riley, but Bo Kerner 1 for 2, and it produced when necessary. Got a lot of base runners on and just moved everybody along. So Nick Kespole, who loves to watch a lot of sports, you name it, he's tuned into it. He draws the assignment today. It will not be easy. Biggest thing for this hard-throwing right-hander who beat Webb City on a 3-hitter to win the state championship is to try to stay ahead of the hitter and not put anybody on base. Because South Dakota, it's like somebody that's hadn't eaten for a while at a buffet. They'll help themselves and they'll just keep coming back for more. Brecken Beitler will lead off, then Kaysen Mediger and Gavin Weir.
Starting
So finally a base runner against South Dakota, but not a problem for Maddox Munson. And a fine defensive play by first baseman Gavin Weir to get out of the top of the first. So here's Brecken, who scored twice yesterday. First pitch hitting to center field. Nice play. Jacob Teeple on the run to his right. 1 out. Well, besides keeping people off the base by way of walks and drop thirds, got to play good defense. And this is good defense. Kason Menninger, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, runs scored yesterday in a shutout victory over Iowa. Hot, steamy weather this afternoon. Strong chances of rain beginning tomorrow morning around 8 Eastern. But it's the summer as the wind is blowing strong and out to the left. So the forecast can change well in an Indianapolis minute. Count 0-2 with 1 out in the first for South Dakota Sioux Falls. 2 outs in the inning. Gavin Weir, the hero of yesterday's game, with a perfect game thrown from the mound. As a batter, 0 for 3 with a run batted in. And of the 2 people he did not retire by strikeouts, one of them he picked up an assist. Mentioned that the umpires today, all volunteer umpires throughout the entire tournament. The flamethrower of South Dakota's offense, one of them anyway, Gavin Weir. And parents Ronnie and Shannon in attendance once again. Had a chance to chat with them yesterday, and Shannon was just overjoyed by the way Gavin threw. Firing a perfect game over 5 innings. Count 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs in the first. Left center field all the way to the fence. Gavin's got his first hit of the regional. He's going to try for 3. He's going to make 3. And now the overthrow. Headed home. Will he score? It'll be close. Out. What a great recovery. Jack Papineau was able to recover the ball on the overthrow and throw to home base, to home plate. Now, there's a lot of conversation going on, and we won't be surprised if this isn't up to review. We're in for a triple, then on the overthrow decided to try to take it home. And a near perfect throw in the catcher, Kai Stubbs, ruling on the field out. But right now that will be reviewed. What a dramatic start to this one. As Gavin Weir gets his first hit, credited with a triple. Question is, does he get credit for a run scored? A recognition by third baseman Papineau and the block by Kai Stubbs at home plate. That's how you do it. The throw was low, right into the trajectory of the slide. Umpire Greg Wright right on top of it. He maintains ball was held. The question now is, did Weir beat the throw? Typically with instant replay, the feeling is you have to have indisputable evidence to turn it over. And great camera angle right there, and a shot of Kai Stubbs looking to umpire Wright for assurance here. And Greg rather, took his time before he made the call. So our first major decision of the day is forthcoming. Again, Weir gets credit for a triple. Now the question is, will there be a run scored? Off the overthrow, a bang play at home base. Greg Wright measured where the ball was at. Kai Stubbs held on, thought the throw beat the runner. And now television will either verify and confirm or overrule. This one's taking a minute or two. By the way, they're likely to add an error if this is overturned and Weir scores. If the play holds, it does stand as a triple. An assist from Papineau to the catcher, Kai Stubbs. I believe we have a decision, and it's a big one early in the game. Everything quiet. The slide by Gavin Weir, good enough. 1-0 South Dakota. And that'll be an error on the overthrow, which allowed Weir to take a chance from third to home. Well, what a beginning, huh? Gavin Weir, who slid into third, had the presence of mind to get up and go. I don't know if that time manager Mike Gorsett said go, but he was gone as soon as he found out that the ball had been overthrown. So back to action, Boston Bryant. 1 for 1 yesterday, couple of runs scored and a walk. So while we were, I had mentioned the slide being of significance. The ball actually came loose, was the ruling at home plate. And that was enough to allow for the overturn. Bryant wears 27. Devo Alfson, one of the coaches at first base, says he's a bulldog. Bulldog trying to go the other way. Ball and 2 strikes. He is considered to be the best pure hitter on the team. A triple in this inning and an overthrow, allowing the first run to score for South Dakota. Now outscoring opponents 11-zip in the first game plus. Well, credit Gavin Weir not only for the presence to get up and go, and probably got some help from Mike Gorsett there since he had slid into third, but the fact is he had already rounded second and made it into a triple. Base hit right field. Inning continues. Second hit for Boston Bryant of the tournament. And had Gavin Weir not decided to stretch it into a triple, we likely wouldn't have had that bang play and television replay enter into the play at home.
17, the third baseman, Noah Kenzie.
Noah Kenzie to the plate, batting in the 5th position. He is the third baseman. And a runner on the second base. Noah, a huge fan of Chris Bryant, formerly of the Cubs, now the Giants. We're leading the NL West. One of our videos about fabulous summer with Little League Baseball in the World Series. Base hit to right, features Bryant coming down a hill. Here comes the throw home. It's going to be off mark. 2-0. And in the meantime, trying to stretch it into 2. On the throw, Noah Kenzie is out at second base, and that will probably, as he is not leaving, is going to be subject to review. So Noah Kenzie comes through with an RBI hit, and in the meantime, trying to stretch it into a double, or at least giving credit to second base on the throw in. Now that will be under review. What a first inning we've had here. Catcher Kai Stubbs very active, and a good throw there. The question is, did it get him? Second base umpire Prince Lowe said yes. Let's see if we can tell. Can't help but wonder if the slide didn't beat the throw. There has already been one overrule here in the first inning, which led to a South Dakota run. Now we're back to replay again. Coaches aren't allowed a bevy of challenges, but if they continue to be successful, then 2 continues to be the number. The run counts either way. RBI hit for Noah Kenzie as Boston Bryant comes home. Well, the addition of replay in all forms of baseball may have slowed the game down, but it certainly allows the calls to be as authentic as possible, certainly based on the footage that's available. Here's Greg Wright. No, Kenzie is out. Does get credit for an RBI hit. And now puts South Dakota up 2-0 as we head to the second.
For South Dakota in the bottom of the first inning, 2 runs on 3 hits. Nobody left on base, 1 Missouri error. Pitch count for Missouri's Nick Kespel, 17-1-7.
Great sportsmanship here starts with collaboration. No matter what injury you're facing, our expert team at Enrich Regional Health works together to get you back doing what you love. Find care at enrich.org/ortho. Enrich Regional Health is the preferred provider of health and sports medicine services to Little League and Division.
Sioux Falls gets 1 on an overrule, then a second was confirmed out. 2 runs in the first inning. Now to the second we go with pitcher Maddox Munson on the mound for South Dakota. And to face Thomas Ty, Milo Hadley, and Dimitri Kardarkis.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Missouri, number 9, the first baseman, Tom Ty.
So here is Tom Ty leading off. That one to the backstop. His parents, Dave, a business owner, Lisa, a dance owner, so him is to be an entrepreneur. Right-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher. We had a good first inning, striking out 2, getting a fine defensive play by first baseman Gavin Weir on the toss to Maddox Munson. 2 balls and 1 strike. Out in front of the plate, tough play. But in enough time, Easton Riley to first, 1 out. These 2 catchers have been active and are quite good. Milo Hadley, the second baseman, now to the plate. Hitting in the 6th spot for manager Chris Kespel. Later tonight, Minnesota and Nebraska, 7 Eastern and 6 Central. We're in the winner's bracket right now. Missouri are the 4 teams you're going to see this afternoon and tonight. The only team that has not played, which means it has not lost. And off the bye, automatically into a winner's division of this tournament. The same that holds true for Indiana, who will play tomorrow. That is a foul ball. Almost a ray. 2 outs. Yeah. Yogi Berra would have said deja vu all over again. 2 assists already in the game for catcher Easton Riley. 1 for his counterpart in Kai Stubbs, who threw out Noah Kensey trying to stretch a base hit into off a throw in the infield, second base. Well, we talk so much about the pitchers and how good they are, but got to have a solid battery mate, and we've got them in this tournament. Dimitri Kardakis, left fielder, his 7th spot, number 12, swinging, first pitch, strike 1. For good luck, he has a special handshake with his dad, Pete. Says when things get back to normal, he wants to go internationally and visit his family in Greece. 2 strikes. Again, Munson working from the stretch. His pitch count to hit 30 off the next throw. Gavin Weir went the distance yesterday, so he's on the shelf for a few days in terms of when he can come back because of pitching eligibility, but he pitched a dandy. Ball and 2 strikes. Still the opposition without a hit against South Dakota in 6 2/3 innings. And now 7. And catcher Easton figured it all 3 plays.
The pitcher, Maddox Munson.
Here's the pitcher, 31, batting in the 7th spot, Maddox Munson. Sky toward left field and a long foul ball. The room in this ballpark in both foul territories is really something. And you can run a long way and not catch up to a ball that's foul. On the other hand, somebody lifts one high, it'll stay up there, and you'll have time to get to it. Interesting design, and everybody that's arrived here so far has enjoyed it. The thing that's required a lot of adjustment is the fact that this ballpark for a home run is 225 all the way around, and so that requires a little bit of work. Catcher to first, 2 outs. Especially you have to have some speed in the outfield to cover some ground. So for Nick Kessel, second strikeout of the game.
Easton Riley.
Here's Easy E, Easton Riley, the catcher. He figured in all 3 plays in the top of the 2nd inning. Son of Jeff Riley, serves as the dugout coach. Asked his dad about his son. Of course, he enjoys coaching him. And he said, you know, he's just kind of a goofball. And when Jeff coached the older brother of Mr. Easton, he came to his mom, Allison, and said, hey, when's Dad going to coach me? And so Jeff Riley, who took the team to Williamsport 2017 when South Dakota Little League was just getting going, has come back now, serve as a coach for Easton. 3 balls, no strikes. Bo Kerner standing by to hit 9th. So South Dakota with an opportunity to turn the lineup over here as they get to the 9th batter. And Bo Kerner.
Left fielder, 16, Bo Kerner.
Well, you asked Mike Gorsett about him, and he says, kid runs like a deer. To shortstop. Inning over. Nice play by Brecken Byler to make sure, or rather, Carson Crockett to make sure didn't eat him up. South Dakota leaves a man. We go to the 3rd and the bottom of Daniel Boone's order.
No hit. 1 runner left on base. Pitch count for Missouri's Nick Kespel. In the inning, 10. Game total, 27. After 2 complete. It's South Dakota 2, Missouri 0.
All right.
Is on ESPN, presented by T-Mobile. My name is Jim Barber, with you all the way through Wednesday afternoon, a series of 16 games, and then Clay Matvick, Chris Burke will take over for the semifinals and the finals, where we find our 2 reps for both the Midwest region and the Great Lakes. South Dakota is making a bid to be one of the teams from the Midwest, leading in its game 2-0 after an opening round win yesterday by a score of 10-0. Bottom of the Missouri order when we start the 3rd. Jack Papanow is the scheduled batter, then Carson Crockett, and then back to the top, and leadoff hitter Jacob Teeple. Through 2 innings so far, nobody's gotten the ball out of the infield. In fact, that's been the same yesterday as well against Iowa. And 3 assists already in the game for catcher Easton Riley, along with a couple of strikeouts by Maddox Munson.
For Missouri, 3rd baseman, 24, Jack Papanow.
Here's Jack Papanow, Pap, to the plate. Parents Chris and Sarah. Huge fan of Miguel Cabrera and the Detroit Tigers. Comes in at 5'6" and an even 100. Wave and a miss, ball and a strike. Through 7 innings of pitching so far, no hits allowed by either Gavin Weir or Maddox Munson. 1 walk, that's been the only base runner. 15 strikeouts. And 0 baseballs out of the infield.
Real close, Mad Dog.
Good pitching, well, great pitching has been the calling card of South Dakota all season long. And Munson starts the 3rd with a strikeout, his 3rd. Got Teeple and Kespel on strikes. Then after several plays by catcher Easton, punches out Jack Papanow. Carson Crockett, the shortstop in the 9th spot, who had a home run in district play, to the plate. Well, managers will try a lot of things when it's difficult to catch up to the speed of a baseball. Might see him choke up just a little bit with the bat. Might try a little slap baseball if you can catch up to it. If you're confident enough, maybe crowd the plate, and at the very least, don't help him on any bad pitches. And which, by the way, from Weir and from Munson, there haven't been many so far. 2 balls and a strike here with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. 3-1. Think about it, a walk against this pitching staff is as solid as a hit. Not just a cliche, just accuracy. Strike 2. Good try by Carson Crockett. He'll have to hang in there for another pitch. Let's see what he thought. Well, that's low, but ruled a strike. And he's out on strikes. Probably not going to agree with it, but strikeout number 4 for Maddox Munson.
Center fielder number 5, Jacob Teeple.
This pitch caught the corner and further up in the zone than the 3-1 pitch that was ruled a strike. Here's Jacob Teeple back to the top. Strike 1. And so far, South Dakota pitchers making home plate umpires work pretty easy. First ball headed to the outfield, base hit. And the first hit of any team against South Dakota here with 2 outs in the 3rd. So Jacob Teeple's aboard. Jason Mediger did his best to get to it, but it was hit too hard. And so finally a base runner by way of a hit, and finally the first ball to the outfield by either Iowa or Missouri. Pitcher starts off pitcher with a strike. Got Kespel on strikes back in the 1st. South Dakota 2 and Missouri nothing. The winner's not quite to Williamsport, but awful close. In fact, the victory for whichever team gets it today will basically be a win away from Williamsport, with 2 teams rather than 1 qualifying this year from this region, as well as the other region, which is the Great Lakes. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Brecken Beitler, South Dakota's leadoff hitter, will start it off in the 3rd if this inning finishes with his pitch. It does not. Count full. South Dakota beat Iowa yesterday 10-0. Nebraska shut out North Dakota 1-0. Minnesota, in a tightly contested game for a few innings, beat Kansas 10-2. And later tonight, staying in the Midwest, it'll be Nebraska and Minnesota. Tomorrow, just 1 game in the Midwest. It's an elimination game, North Dakota and Kansas at 4. Strike 3 called. Maddox Munson strikes out the side. It remains 2-0 Sioux Falls.
In the inning, 20, game total 51-5-1.
Those kids will never forget that the rest of their lives.
Players take a trip down memory lane just a bit. For me, I always wanted to come here. I never got to come here. Cool experience.
To be a part of these kids' memories forever is going to be really special for us.
August 22nd, the big day. And some of the Cubs featured in this video are no longer members of the Cubs. Big story today surrounding Anthony Rizzo, tested positive for COVID and is on the shelf for the Yankees for a period of time. Here's Brecken Beitler to the top of the South Dakota order in the last of the 3rd. By the way, if you're curious, COVID testing goes on here for all little leaguers and coaches every other day. Results are typically known about 2 days afterwards. And to a man, when you talk to coaches about it, it's one of their top fears. And Mike Gorsett was quoted as saying, "We're not only battling the opposition, we're battling COVID. And 1 positive test ruins the season or ends the season for whichever team had a player that contracted it." But so far, so good. Brecken Beitler, 2 for 5 in the regional, flew out to center field in the 1st. Down the third base line, and that is foul. Both umpires weighing in on that one. Greg Wright, the home plate umpire, and Jamie Hinojosa at 3rd. It was close. Ball, 2 strikes. It will be Brecken Beitler. Scheduled hitters Kaysen Mediger and Gavin Weir. He's had a big day at the plate and also in the field. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To left field. And as the ball started to dip, nice play by number 43. Carter Hoover just inserted into the game. Catch all the excitement for the Little League Baseball and Softball World Series tournaments. Visit the first ever virtual fan zone experience. Visit littleleague.org fan zone. Teams from Missouri and Indiana set to play in the softball tournament here shortly. To shortstop. And 2 outs. Carson Crockett with the assist. So 2 up and 2 down in the inning.
Number 1, Gavin Weir.
And Gavin Weir, who tripled in the first and on overthrow scored the first run of the game. Also came up with a dandy defensive play to end the top of the first for Missouri. Going the opposite field to the fence. Weir around first. Will he try another triple? Well, why not? And the ball in the overthrow, and this time he's not going anywhere as he stumbled. And let's hope he's okay. He got dirty. That appears to be the extent of it. But another triple for Gavin Weir. When we talk about guys who can run like a deer, I think you could add him to the list. All the way to the center field fence, and he wasn't hesitating at second base. In fact, the only time that he hit the ground is when he stumbled at third base. So 2 triples in this game for Gavin Weir. 2 outs in the inning, so the infield will play back at normal spot. For Boston Bryant, 2 for 2 in the regional now, and 3 runs scored. Favorite actor Harrison Ford. Indiana Jones and all to second base. Milo Hadley with the assist, inning over. Sioux Falls threatens, doesn't score. Halfway home in this winner's bracket game of children. 3 innings complete. South Dakota leading 2-0. And the catcher Kyle Stubbs to start the 4th for Missouri. Just 1 base runner by way of a hit, 1 by way of a walk. Guy Stubbs favors comedian Kevin Hart. Trying to get something going against South Dakota, which has been, at the least, very difficult. Not only today, but certainly yesterday. Stubbs had a couple of homers in the regular season. He can speak Spanish and some Chinese. Goes the opposite way. Ball and 2 strikes. Headed to right field. Nice pickup, though, at first base. 1 out. Gavin Weir continues to do the job in all phases of the game. With that big glove, able to handle this one unassisted. He's had 2 fine defensive plays in this game. Here's Will McGuffey. At stake, a winner moves on to Thursday morning in the semifinals to face the Nebraska-Missouri winner. Or rather, Nebraska-Minnesota. South Dakota 2-4-0 so far, 0-1 and an error, which resulted in a run. For Missouri, dropping into right field, base hit. second hit of the game for Missouri. Will McGuffey's aboard with one out. And just the second ball to reach the outfield in more than 8 innings of baseball against South Dakota. Tom Tye now to the plate. Retired with a little number in front of home plate by the catcher Easton. Throw down to first. South Dakota in its state tournament allowed just 3 runs and 4 hits. Pretty much all coming in one game. Despite the fact this team has been together only a couple of weeks, it is splendid. Maddox Munson past the 60 pitch threshold. Strikeout rule, a strike continuing. Now runner caught in between. Well, the runner thought it was ball 4. The batter thought it was ball 4. And Will McGuffey is cut down because it wasn't ball 4. Tough break for Missouri. So the at bat will continue for Thomas Tye. So Tye thought he had ball 4. And so did McGuffey. McGuffey then cut down and a run down between bases, and now Thomas Tye with a count of 3 balls and a strike. And there's ball 4. Let's show you what happened. The hitter, first off, is headed to first. The runner is headed to second. But the umpire, who has the only voice in this, Greg Wright, called a strike. And then, much to his disgust, Will McGuffey cut down on the bases. So a base running mistake by Missouri, coupled with an overthrow earlier in the first inning, have helped the cause of South Dakota. Two outs, man aboard for Milo Hadley, retired catcher to first. Throw down to second base, got a chance to get him, and save! I don't know in the background if you can see Kason Mediger, but he had hands up in the air saying, wait a minute. He got him. Not according to Prince Lowe, and our umpires have been very busy so far today, and this one may come under a second look. The great throw to second base. You can see not only second base, but center field, the center fielder in Boston Bryant saying, oh, come on now. So this inning has been frustrating to both teams. Call on the field, safe at second base. Go as a wild pitch, allowing Thomas Tye to go from first to second. Throw got there in time, or at least it looked like it was going to get there in time, and still off to the right of the catch. Did Tye get the right foot in before the tag was made? So this has been a game of bang-bang plays. We've had several. And while for many it may slow the game down, it's important to get it right. And that's just how close baseball is. The time-worn phrase, a game of inches applying. In a little more than 2 hours, we'll have another winner's bracket game as Nebraska and Minnesota, Hastings Little League and Centennial Lakes will battle. Our game has taken about an hour so far. As already we have had multiple reviews. Greg Wright, popular man on TV here today. Call upheld. No stolen base for Thomas Tye, but he advances on the wild pitch. He is in scoring position for the first time that anybody's been able to do that versus Sioux Falls. Big chance for Milo Hadley. We resume his at bat with a ball and a strike. Munson stretches and throws. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So South Dakota, unsuccessful with this challenge, is now officially out of challenges. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Missouri's first game here in the tournament, having to wait until Sunday afternoon to play. South Dakota playing in its second game already. Whoever wins this gets a few days off. And we'll move on to Thursday and the semifinals, 11 a.m. and then 10 a.m. Central Time on ESPN. Munson with a strikeout, his first in the inning. And for the game, his 6th. They dodge a serious situation as it remains 2-0.
Game total 69.
So Munson probably has an inning left. Maybe. Yes. You could get, as you know, to 85 or less attendance by continuing to play in the Little League World Series Baseball Tournament.
Leading off the home half of the 4th inning,
Noah Kenzie will start the South Dakota 4th.
Noah Kenzie
Had an RBI hit in the first, cut down trying to move from first to second on a throw toward home plate. Those 2 runs scored by South Dakota, the only runs of the game. Kenzie 2 for 2 in the regional. Has scored a couple of times and has driven in 3. Headed to center field, but gobbled up at short. Nice play by Carson Crockett. And for Carson, his 3rd assist of the game. Covers a lot of ground at short. Good looking arm too. So 1 away in the South Dakota 4th. And we'll have a pinch hitter. That'll be Brayson Fox. Fox walked yesterday in his only plate appearance, as both teams make every effort to get everybody in. It's not a problem for Missouri because only 1 player is on the bench, and that's Carter Hoover, and he's already been in the game. He is the youngest of all players on this team. He will turn 12 in a couple of days, Thursday. So at 11, he plays in a number of 11U tournaments. And if you're watching Michigan earlier today, Michigan is down in numbers for its all-star team because a lot of their players have chosen to play down in the 11 age group. Fumbled at third, throw to first is not in time. Going to be an error on Jack Papineau. Brayson Fox reaches with 1 out here in the 4th. Hit right down the line, and as he stretched, couldn't come up with it.
Pinch hitting for South Dakota, 13, Alex McKinney.
Alex McKinney, ATM, as he is appropriately nicknamed himself. Came through with a hit yesterday in a 10-0 win over Iowa. And despite the disappointment of Jack Papineau, it will not be an error. It will be a base hit. So give credit to Mr. Fox for a hit. Racing on with 1 out here in the 4th. Alex McKinney's hit yesterday plated a run, 1 of 10 for South Dakota, which may have a dilemma shortly as the pitch count has reached 70 for Maddox Munson. Down to third base. To second for the force. To first. That's a double play. Jack Papanow started it. Over to Milo Hadley. And then on to first base and Tom Tye. Well done. Still anybody's game as we go to the fifth.
For South Dakota, re-entering the game in right field, 15.
Reached the 70 pitch plateau, so he'll be on the shelf for 4 days after this is over. Could still come back and pitch a championship game if South Dakota makes it.
Leading off inning number
85 is the max. As long as you start a batter before or around 85, you can finish that. And he has reached 70 and it's pitched very well. 43 Carter Hoover made a nice play in left field, leading off the Missouri fifth. Strikeout number 7 of the game for Munson, 1 out. He has had 1 in every inning except the second in all 3 plays. Actually, he had 1 with Kardakis, so that would have been a strikeout there. So he has had a strikeout in every inning, and now 8 for the game. Little number to first base, no problem for Gavin Weir. 2 outs, like a sponge over there. Well, this obviously aids pitcher Maddox Munson, who would love to pitch into the 6th inning. He still is well under 85. Carson Crockett, shortstop, who started a double play in the previous inning, 0 for 1. The loser of this game will be coming back Tuesday night at 7 to play the winner of North Dakota and Kansas. That game will be played tomorrow. And the winner of this game, some time off until Thursday to face Nebraska or Missouri in the winner's bracket on ESPN, 11 Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. Ball and 2 strikes. Well, while pitcher Maddox Munson hasn't been perfect like Gavin Weir, he's been close. He has shutout baseball going for him. He's allowed just a couple of hits. He has struck out 8 and walked 2. Again, the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs in the 5th inning. That's a drop third. And the overthrow is going to allow Carson Crockett to make first. He got tripped up in the play. And so now he is on first base with 2 outs. Well, any way you could get it, still a strikeout for Maddox Munson. Is not the end of the inning. Weir made an incredible catch, but unable to hold it. And as the ball triggered away, runner was on to first. And right now, some work for Carson Crockett. See if he can continue. So Missouri has a base runner now with 2 outs in the 5th. And for Munson, strikeout 9.
Number 5, center fielder Jacob Teeple.
Jacob Teeple has 1 of the 2 hits for Daniel Boone. Can he keep it going? No team to this point in the 2 games against South Dakota has put more than 1 man on in an inning back to back. Snap throw down to first base. Did have a 4th inning in which McGuffey singled but was thrown out, catcher to short on what they thought was ball 4 to Thomas Tye. So technically just 1 man on at that point. And then Tye walked and was stranded. 2 balls and 1 strike. So 80 pitches plus right now for Munson. This could be, depending on how this ends, his last batter. 85 the limit. Popped up on the infield. Inning over, and he'll have a chance to pitch the 6th.
For Maddox Munson of South Dakota in the inning, 13, game total 82, 8-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, before leaving, please make sure you have all your possessions. We ask that you dispose of your trash in the proper containers as you exit the stadium. For your convenience, trash cans are located around the complex. The maintenance volunteers thank you for helping keep the complex beautiful. Should you find you lost something, inquiries about lost articles should be directed to a Little League staff member. Thank you.
Okay. Series on ESPN presented by T-Mobile. 2 first-inning runs holding strongly for South Dakota in this 6th-inning game in the Midwest Regional Double Elimination.
Pinch hitting to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for South Dakota, number 14, Hayden Gorsett.
And Gorsett will bat for Easton Riley.
Nothing to do with that, Hayden. Go, Hayden.
2-5-0 for South Dakota, 0-2-1 for Missouri. Winner gets some time off from Sunday all the way to Thursday. Pats the pitcher to short. And reaching first base to start the inning is Hayden Gorsett. You can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the office handles at Little League. Follow the action, join the conversation with hashtag LLWS. It's going to be a ruled an error.
Here we go, Kai. Cobra. Go, Cobra Kai.
On shortstop Carson Crockett, allowing Hayden Gorsett to reach. And we're going to have a pitching change. And with that, we will step aside with a score 2-0. South Dakota batting in the bottom of the 5th.
Go, Kai Carlson. Cobra Kai.
Oh. Now moves to the shortstop position. Carson Crockett to center field, and Jacob Teeple, the center fielder, now moves to the mound. Stands 5'2", 100 pounds. Favorite school subject is science.
Pinch hitting for South Dakota, number 6, Ty Carlson.
Ty Carlson will pick up a bat and hit for Mike Gorsett's team here in the bottom of the 5th. Bunt in front of home plate to be fielded by the pitcher. It throws not in time. Ty beat it to first base, and it's 1st and 2nd with nobody out. A little excitement there from Hayden Gorsett. Beautiful bunt. And by the time pitcher Jacob Teeple got to it, too late to get the runner.
For South Dakota, number 2, Upland Sonicson.
Upland Sonicson, one of the best pinch hitters on this team, to the plate. Well, if you remember him from yesterday, he launched one into the pond, and he got hit, and the bases now are loaded, and nobody out. So a tightly contested game now, threatening to get away from Missouri. Casey Mediger is the scheduled hitter. A word from the manager. And now to home plate. In the meantime, we're going to have some medical assistance to Brecken Beitler, who was hit. I'm trying to maneuver his left arm and shoulder. Nah, these kids are tough, aren't they? Nobody wants to come out. First base coach Devo Alfson with a smile.
Here we go, Case.
The second baseman, number 3, Casey Mediger.
Casey Mediger 2 for 6 in a regional big spot. Infield playing in. The play will be at home base, home plate.
Let's move him, bud. Let's move him.
Which means a sharp hit ball could score a couple.
Here we go, good hitter.
Jacob Teeple will work from a full windup. Taking something off of that. Now ahead 2 strikes.
Here we go, Case.
To be followed, Casey Mediger, by Gavin Weir. And Weir has had a terrific day at the plate today.
All right, Case.
2 at bats, 2 triples, scored a run.
Here we go, Case.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To have a chance, Missouri's got to get out of this inning without any damage. Popped up, deep to right field, but deep enough to score a run. Runner heading home, nice throw to home base, won't be enough. Sacrifice fly for Casey Mediger, 3rd RBI of the tournament, and 3-0 in favor of South Dakota.
Way to do a job.
Number 1.
So Will McGuffey able to handle this fly ball to right field. Runner tagging from 3rd. That was Hayden Gorsett. And on the play, runner from 2nd goes to 3rd base. So the lead expands to 3 now. Looking ahead to the Missouri 6, Jacob Teeple, Nick Kespol, Kai Stubbs. This inning started with an error at short. Then Ty Carlson laid down a beautiful bunt. Then Opsoniker was hit by a pitch, and Casey Mediger sacrifice fly. Ball home Gorsett. Right now Carlson is at 3rd, and at 1st is Opsoniker. Or Sonicson, excuse me. To right field, hit deep. Gone. What a tournament for Gavin Weir. In this game, 2 triples and a home run.
Home run for number 1, Gavin Weir.
3 at bats, 3 extra base hits. The lead now doubles to 6.
27, center fielder, Boston Bryant.
Still 1 out in the inning. Well, Gavin must feel like he's making up for lost time yesterday. He was 0 for 3. Didn't get in the hitting explosion at all. As the team put together 10 runs on 10 hits. Weir was one of the few that didn't get a hit. In terms of the starters today, he has made up for it. Boston Bryant, 1 for 2 today, 2 for 3 in the regional with 3 runs scored. Gavin Weir's triples, both were to center field. Now the home run over the right field fence. And the numbers, at least in 2 games, staggering. South Dakota 16, opposition nothing. Opposite field, base hit. Austin Bryant's having a huge regional. Couple of hits in this game, now 3 for 4. Back to Gavin Weir with 2 aboard. He spanked the low fastball. You could see the frustration from Jacob Teeple when he threw it. And he just knew this one was going to carry. Now Noah Kenzie. Still just 1 out in the inning. South Dakota has broken it open. Got a little help from friends in this inning. In fact, might call it small ball. Error, infield error. Beautifully placed bunt for a base hit. Hit batsman. Then off the sac fly, Weir a 3-run homer. Boston Bryant then coming through with a hit. And Noah Kenzie still hitting here with a ball and 2 strikes. Base hit right field. The parade continues. Runners at first and second. 8th man coming to the plate. Just 1 so far retired on a sacrifice fly by Kaysen Mediger. Now what's that time-worn phrase? Hitting's contagious. Seeing a whole lot of it by South Dakota here in the 5th inning.
Right fielder 15, Gunnar Alfson.
Gunnar Alfson to the plate. 0 for 1 today, 0 for 2 in the regional. Out in front of the pitcher, they'll go to third for the force. 2 outs in the inning. If this score holds, Missouri will be moving on to an elimination game that will be played on Tuesday. And they'll face the winner of North Dakota and Kansas Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. South Dakota moves further in the winner's bracket to Thursday against tonight's 2nd game winner of the region. Runners advance to 2nd and 3rd. Alex McKinney batting for the 2nd time today, doubled up the last time up. Headed to left field, it's going to score 1. Runner around 3rd will hold. McKinney on his way to 2nd. Now off the overthrow, here comes a runner to the plate, and he is safe. Good hustle by Gunnar Alfson. Two more in for South Dakota. Is now 8-0. Fielded by Hoover in left field. Off the overthrow. The close play at the plate. And really, it wasn't so much an overthrow, but difficult. Stubbs the block. Missouri will question. But it appears that the runner beat to the tag. Well, Missouri was very much in this game until the bottom of the 5th, and all heck is broken loose for Daniel Boone. Now the right foot was lifted up a bit. Gunner thought he beat it. And it seems like Greg Wright has spent more time in the dugout reviewing television than he has umpiring. Still waiting word. You are allowed as many challenges as possible as long as you continue to be successful at it. And an overrule. And the inning is over. So the run taken off the board. It is now 7-0 after 5, 1 inning to go. Great baseball knowledge, says his assistant coach Devin Alfson. And a chance right now to close out the game for South Dakota. Up by 7.
South Dakota taking over on the mound, number 3, Kason Mediger. Other defensive changes, re-entering at shortstop, number 5, Brecken Beitler.
Set to face in this inning, Nick Casboll. And Missouri's hoping a whole lot more than that.
Re-entering at catcher, 22, Easton Riley. And re-entering, now playing center field, 16, Bo Kern.
South Dakota 3 outs away from much needed rest and preparation for the semifinals of the Midwest Regional, which will put them 1 victory away from Williamsport. Seven, 10-0 today for a very dominating performance by Sioux Falls. Having outscored opponents now 17-0 in this region. Got 2 in the first, and Sioux Falls added 5 more in the 5th. 1 was taken away by an overrule. Play at the plate. Well, the only downfall, first out of the inning. Casboll out on strikes, and he is now fanned 3 times today, is that South Dakota, because of COVID restrictions, will not be able to do a whole lot of sightseeing. In fact, they'll be limited to their hotel experience, but they will have some rest, and after long travel and games back-to-back, could probably use it. Gavin Weir, who went the distance yesterday, has to rest Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. He can be back Thursday. And then, if they're in the championship game, could return with Maddox Munson to win it all. Now, if South Dakota reaches the championship game, they're already headed to Williamsport because of the fact that 2 teams are allowed from each region to make it to Williamsport, as opposed to 1 because of COVID travel restrictions. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kai Stubbs reached on a walk in the first. Base hit left field. 3rd hit of the game for Missouri. 2nd time of the game for Stubbs aboard. 1 out in the 6th.
Base hit for number 18, Kai Stubbs, brings to the plate the right fielder, number 1, Will McGuffey.
Well, McGuffey had a base hit in the 4th. ran into an unusual situation where the account went to 3-0 on Thomas Ty, the next batter. Ty thought he had ball 4, and he walked down to first base. McGuffey strolled over to second. Problem is, home plate umpire Greg Wright called a strike. So, batter wasn't headed to first, and runner on first became a live runner. And McGuffey, in a rundown, was tagged out. And probably the lesson to take from that is the umpire has the final ruling. Do not assume anything until you are quite sure that the call has gone your way. And think about it, had that not resulted in a rundown, Thomas Ty eventually got a walk, and had that happened after a man at first, there would have been runners at first and second and a viable threat for Missouri in the inning. That was back again when the difference was just a couple of runs. McGuffey out on strikes. And here's Thomas Ty with the last chance for Missouri.
Number 9, Tom Ty.
Set to come back Tuesday night to try to stay alive.
Stop, easy. Good boy. Go, shoot, boop.
One ball, one strike.
All right.
3-1, snap throw back to first base. Now 3-2, and a strike away is South Dakota from reaching the semifinals of the Midwest region. And the Dakota fans recognize it, and everybody behind home plate is standing. Menninger, 3-2 pitch. Thomas Ty hanging tough. A lot of good teams in both of these regions, but right now South Dakota head of the class. A strike away from back-to-back shutouts. Once again, the 3-2 is at the end of the game. Nope. 7-pitch at bat already to Thomas Ty. So grilled cheese will try again. It's quite a nickname. Game over. Casey Menninger finishes with a strikeout. South Dakota with another shutout win, 7-0, and on to the Midwest Region semifinals Thursday morning on ESPN. In the meantime, Missouri with a loss will now have a chance to stay alive on Tuesday night as it drops its record. In the Midwest Region, they're the head of the class right now with a record of 2-0. We will see Nebraska and Minnesota later tonight, and we hope you'll be part of our coverage, which begins at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Hitting hero for South Dakota, Gavin Weir, who threw the perfect game yesterday, had the perfect game at the plate. 2 triples and a 3-run homer. We'll see you in about an hour and a half here on ESPN+.